Now, we all, grow up as we're little, and then, as we get older and we're studying different things in school and stuff like that, as things get difficult, we kind of have a hard time, and we like to go and, try to figure out if we can get answers someplace, right? The teachers have the answers, right? They have the answer book. So they go into the answer book and they check off your homework and they go, okay, correct, 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 wrong, correct, correct. And that's how they correct your papers. But the only thing with the answer book is if they give you the answer book, then it doesn't serve any purpose to do your homework because you're not going to learn anything, right? And for that reason, that's why a lot of times, even me, I used to complain every time, oh, so hard this homework. I cannot stand this. It's too difficult. I can't do it. Especially the worst one, I think, for me is, and I still, till this day, I have a hard time. My hardest subject was geometry. I couldn't stand geometry. Apparently, some people are good at it, good at it. Like Sora's kind of good at it, I guess. So he does well. I could never get anything more than a B in geometry because I just cannot. I don't understand. So I always go to the teacher and I always look for answers, but she don't give me the answer. So, and that's why I really had a hard time with geometry. But when as I got older and I thought about it, if she had given me all the answers, then maybe I would have had a good grade, but it wouldn't have served any purpose for me and wouldn't have done me any good because I still don't know how to do it, right? I have the answer for it, but I don't know how to do it. Now, in the same way, the Nyorai no Himitsu, or the secret of the universe, or the base of the universe, this thing is something that's it's probably something very simple, but because the human race is not ready for it yet, or the answer to that not ready for it yet, that's why it's not given to us, and that's why we all struggle as human beings on this planet. I mean, one secret probably would be, if I can guess, when we're gonna go pass on into the next world. That would probably one big secret that is not given to us, and we're not ready for it yet. Because I would think, like, if you knew when you're gonna die, you're gonna go do crazy stuff, and make sure you get the most out of your life before you go, right? So, with that being said, that's a very dangerous answer to have, the date, the exact date that you might pass on. And for that reason, Hotoke-san doesn't give us that answer, right? We come to church. A lot of us come to church. Everybody carries something with them. They have questions. They need answers. And that's why you come to church sometime and then you're looking for the answers. And while we're doing the service, while you're chanting, sometimes it comes to you, right? And you get an answer. But basically, what the Hotoke-san is doing is pointing you into the right direction that you already know might be the correct choice for you, right? And there's a lot of choices that are given to you, and you just need the affirmation that that's the one that you want. Yeah, you know it, but you have to confirm somewhere because you feel unsure of it, and it's a very, I wonder, which way to go, which is the correct way. But that's like going to your teacher and asking, can I see the answer book, and give me the answers, right? But if we do it that way, then there's no learning happening. But when you go back to what Odai-san teaches, Odai-san always teaches that you yourself are already Hotoke-san inside your very own being right now. So you should have some sort of answer inside of you already. You just have to dig deep down inside, and what they call your gut feeling. That's probably the answer. Sometimes the answer doesn't come out the right way. Sometimes we make mistakes. We have choices that we make during our lifetime, especially young time. We make a lot of mistakes. Things we shouldn't have done, things we should have done. And that's why we say hindsight is 20/20, because when we look back on it, it's, oh yeah, if I had done it this way, then it would have been correct. But that's usually the correct choice you should have made, and when you thought about it a little better, now you know that that was the correct answer. So life is filled with all these choices on a daily basis that you have to make as a person. When you're younger, it's easier because you have parents watching over you, teachers watching over you. You have at least some buffer. Yeah. As you become adults and you have no buffer anymore, your responsibilities on yourself. Now we turn to Hotoke-san or any spiritual aspect to help guide us in that correct direction. In this day and age, everybody think, church so such a burden. Gotta make time to go to church. And I noticed that with a lot of young people, and I'm guilty of that too when I was growing up. For me, Sunday was I'd rather go sleep, go beach, go hang out with my friends was more important. But my parents always made me say, well, you cannot help. You're born to the church. You're gonna have to, take part in the services before you go do anything else. That was your main priority. But when I think back at it, was that the wrong choice? Or not really a choice in that sense. It was my parents' choice to do it that way. But I don't think their choice was mistaken because it made me who I am today. So with that being said, to make life a little bit easier, instead of trying to look for answers from someplace else, the answer always lies within yourself. By coming to church helps, the spiritual aspect helps in pointing you in the right direction. But if you expect answers, then you're probably not going to get it and you're going to be disappointed. But the only reason why we need to understand we're not getting answers is because we're probably not ready for it. Yeah. On a spiritual level, on any level, as a person, we're not quite ready for that answer, and that's why it's not given to us. But we're given good choices, and that's through the values that any spiritual, any religion will teach us. Is we try to teach good values, that people can follow and keep you safe and keep you better people. And that's the most important part, and that kind of helps shape the direction that you're gonna start making your choices. So don't let not having an answer disappoint you, because it's pretty much what it's about. It's always gonna be that way. You have an answer, you have a choice, you have several choices. You have to make that choice in the end, but just make sure that you have good resources and search out that right answer, or the right answer for yourself. Yeah. So in that sense, we have to remember, by Shingon-shu teaching, all of us are already Hotoke-san in our very right. So we should have a right answer within us. We just have to look in that right direction to make sure that we make the right choices in our life, and not be disappointed because nobody hands us an answer sheet and tells us how we should go about living our life, right? So in that sense, everybody choose to right now come to church. Everybody doesn't like, well, there's a lot of people that don't like the fact that we have to do certain things because there's a pandemic going on. But it's a choice we have to make right now in order to keep ourselves safe and those around us safe too. So with that being said, things are getting loosened up right now, and I think it's a good thing. And we're all starting to have a little more choices, I think, to make certain decisions. So I guess that's a good thing as well. So do what you can, do what you think is right for yourself. The masking part's still not going away, so let's make sure we stay on that. And as long as I think we're doing that, it looks pretty good, I think, for the future. And again, going back to what I was just talking about, we don't have answers yet. We're not going to get answers from Hotoke-san, but Hotoke-san definitely going to guide us into the right direction of your best choices to make your right decision or find your answer. Okay? Once again, thank you all for coming today. And getting a little bit warmer during the day now. Morning time sometimes a little bit cold, but the change in temperature is pretty drastic. So make sure get plenty of water. Take care of your health. Don't get sick. And we shall see you again next month. Okay? Right? That's all I got. 御社徳のために南無大師炎上金剛南無大師炎上金剛南無大師